Hi everybody, this is going to be a video about my experience of my meet and greet at the 1989 World Tour of Taylor Swift. Basically, I entered a competition a couple of months ago, and it was to go with Keds and Glamour for a different competition each night of the UK dates. So I put it down. Me and my friend originally wanted to do Manchester night and one of the Dublin nights, but we realised we couldn't afford to travel, hotels and tickets for both nights either. So this is why I chose Dublin. And it was for the 29th night, 29th of June, not actually 29th night. And I basically completely forgot about it. We went about finalising our Manchester date with the travel and hotel. And then randomly, 13 nights before the show, I had an email off Jessica Frost, who works for Keds. And the email, I'm just going to get it up for you, because I really didn't believe it was real. It took me pretty much all night for it to sink in and for me to think, oh my god, am I going? Am I meeting Taylor? But there we go. Okay. The email basically says, "Hello Rhiannon, congratulations, you have been randomly selected as the Glamour winner to attend the Keds 1989 Taylor World Tour." Stopping there, that was kind of part of what made me think it wasn't real, because obviously it wasn't the Keds 1989 Taylor World Tour, it was just the 1989 World Tour. So I was just like, nah, they've worded it completely wrong, it's gotta be a scam, like this is a complete fail and I'm really devastated. But I've read down the list, and the terms were that I'll be attending the Dublin event on the 29th of June. Please can you confirm receipt of this email and confirm your attendance ASAP. You'll be able to bring with you one friend, and each of your tickets will include a meet and greet session with Taylor. And then parent and guardian had to be the adult had to be the guest if you were under 18. So all I had to send to them was my full name, my date of birth, my email, my mobile number and shoe size. And so did my friend Jess, who came with me. And then basic contact details, and that we had to wait until a couple of days before the show to really know any information. So again, that freaked me out a little bit, because I thought, oh my god, I'm not going to know anything until a couple of days before. So in reply, I just said, "Hi Jessica, I'm wondering if this is completely real, is this a real win in a competition?" I set my own details off because I thought they're nothing too personal, just my email, phone number, so the worst that could have been done would have been cold phone calls and spam emails. It couldn't have been anything horrific. They couldn't steal money from my bank account, for example. I didn't send my friend's details, one because I didn't really know them properly, and she was in Nashville at the time at the CMA Fest, so that was that part. And she answered, her answer was then, "Hi Rhiannon, this is real, providing that I was you that entered the Glamour competition, and I work for Keds in the UK and I will be arranging your event." I was just like, what competition? What did I do? And then one of my friends found the link for me, and I was like, right, I still don't really recognise it. So I decided to fill it in as if I would have when I applied. and it all came back, and I remembered exactly what happened, and I literally was just so blown away. I think I bawled my eyes out till about 4 in the morning, and I was like, oh, I gotta get up at 7 for work. And the next few days were chaos. Obviously, we had to arrange travel and accommodation for Dublin, and as it was like in quite late into the month as well, I didn't have that much money left after being paid, so we went about trying to figure out what to do, where to go, how are we going to do both, are we going to do both. But it came to the point where I needed time off, and I didn't have enough left in work for both gigs. And then with the money as well, we decided to cancel our night at Manchester, which was pretty devastating in the sense that we were in pit and we were meeting a lot of our friends. Like, we were in a massive group chat, and I really wanted to meet them because I hadn't met them yet, but my friend Jess had. Well, she met a couple of them when they met Taylor at Radio 1 in October. I had my tonsils out, so I couldn't go. And it was hard then to have to say we weren't going to meet up yet, or when we would next. And there were 2 other girls of mine that aren't in that group, but I was so excited to see again after meeting them on the Red Tour. So that like kind of hit home that it was really hard what we were doing, and that we were going somewhere that we didn't know. I kind of know Manchester town a little bit, so I would have been a bit more comfortable there and stuff. But anyway, it was done. I sold the tickets. I think I actually sold them now, looking back, a little bit less than face value. But we paid double our face value anyway when we purchased the tickets, because the guy we bought them off set them at such a high price. But it was just after the tickets came out, and we were worried that no one would want to sell pit, as it was what we wanted originally. So we decided, we'll just go for it. Like, we've just got to do it. We might not get this chance again. So we did, paid the money, and that was it. But I managed to sell those tickets, and I got the money back, and that covered my hotel and flight. Yeah, hotel and flight, and my friends. She gave me the money then when she had it. But yeah, that's where we went from there. So we flew to Dublin with Ryanair. We had to fly from Bristol rather than Cardiff, which really annoyed me because it was such a trek. But it was good. We had quite a good, easy flight out. We were literally like 10 minutes away from the hotel as well. And when we got there, the guy was like, you are literally around the corner from the arena. So we were really happy then. But we got to the hotel and realised we hadn't paid. It had just been reserved, and a couple of bills of mine had gone out at the same time and basically with the same cost. So that's why I thought we had paid for it, and that was hard then because I had like a lot less money for the trip, but it was completely fine. I just got to the point where I didn't care. So we got there the day before, and we didn't do much the day before. We got there in the evening, so we just had food and chilled out in the hotel and tried to get ourselves ready for the next day. I woke up super early at like 7 o'clock, considering I went to bed at like 2. And we just went for a little look around when we were to try and find some bits and pieces, like some toiletries that we didn't take with us. We were looking for permanent markers and pens and stuff as well, because we were going to do a sign, and we had to find outfits, because like I had half of an outfit and I needed the rest of it, and she needed an outfit? Yeah. So we went into Penny's, which is Primark. That was so surreal. It really freaked me out that was what it was called. Like, I didn't realise places called them different. But it was cool. A lot tidier than the UK Primark anyway. And and we sort of got ready, we had some food, we were too excited to eat properly. I had breakfast, but then we ordered some like room service and some chips and just listened to Taylor while we got ready. And the later in the day it got, the more anxious and wound up I started getting. I was just like, this has got to be real, we can't get to the arena and it'd be fake. Even though Keds had also confirmed this to me, because I direct messaged Keds on Facebook, no, Twitter, just to triple check that it was me. But we got to the arena about half an hour early, which really didn't help, but we weren't too sure where to go, so it balanced out that much better. The venue was so unorganised, like they had no idea what was going on. We were supposed to go to this club, and we wanted to queue outside and they wouldn't let us. We had to go outside the gates. We were like, well, we're already in, like why? Like there's no one here, like we're just in like a bit of a courtyard type thing. So we kind of just hovered for a bit and then just waited until Jess came. Other girls turned up as well, so they went back to the hotel at one point to just go to the loo and stuff, and we just sort of hovered until it was time. Once it was time and Jess came out, we went into the venue to get our wristbands, you know, the light up ones. And I was just like, oh my god, we're actually going. Like, this is real. Like, Jess gave us our tickets in an envelope, and it had a little letter in there confirming everything. I haven't got anything with me because it's all still, like, in a massive heap, because I want to set it out to put in, like, a light box frame to put on my wall. So I wish I had it with me now, but it was just a blue letter saying congratulations and yay for your meet and greet, basically. So we went straight into the arena the minute, but we had problems getting into the arena originally. They wouldn't let us in because we didn't have passes to go backstage. But eventually the tour manager came and found us, basically get us back in on time to get to where we needed to be to meet her. We were originally supposed to go up to the room where we were to have food and drink after, but because of the kerfuffle with the arena staff, we couldn't, so we just had to go wait until it was our turn to go backstage. So we queued up by the backstage door and went past the Keds booth and Taylor Nation booth, which I was a bit devastated that I didn't get to go to, because I was so excited to go and talk to them and get a photo and, you know, whatever. And we literally had no time. Like, there was, you couldn't do anything. Like, the queues are so big already as well. We queued up, and then we eventually got let in. People were then separated into a group that had the backstage tour rather than the meet and greet. So they went off with Andrea Swift in the end, which is so cool. Like, we didn't get to see her, but like, I just think it's such a lovely thing for them to do, where it is Andrew and Scott. I think Austin was there too at our night. So that would also be really awesome to have her parents and brother show you around the arena, backstage and stuff. But we went into the bit of the backstage room then and queued up. We were originally like third or fourth in queue, but the girls that we met before going in, they were like, no, you go first, like you're fans, so go. And it was like the hardest thing waiting. Like, it was so hard. We had to leave our stuff on a table. We weren't allowed to take anything in with us, and we just had to wait. And every time someone came in and out the curtains, you got a glimpse of her, and that really started working me up. I was like, oh my god, like, after 6 or 7 years of being a big fan and being told that I was stupid because I liked Taylor Swift, that I wasn't cool, and like blah, just because it took a while for it to become big in the UK as well. So people are like, oh my god, like, who is she? And or rubbish like this, like, why are you obsessed with her? And I was just like, she's behind that curtain, like, she's there, and I'm going to meet her in a minute. So two girls who were 14 and 11 and were so cute went in before us. And then the lady came out and was like, right, you're up. We had to get these little meet and greet cards that had our number on to get our photo once it was uploaded online. And I was just like, oh my god. And I was like, oh no, what if they put the wrong number? What if they miss our number? What? And I was just like, I'm never going to get this photo. I was like, it's not happening. But when they were like, okay, I was just like, what? Like, we're going in? So my friend Jess, she went in first. And I don't really know what she said when she walked in. I just sort of went, like, I didn't know how to function at this point. It was really hard because she was just there. Taylor was just standing right there. And she looked incredible. Like, I can't even, like, you think she's beautiful now. In person, she's literally like the most perfect doll in the world, but a real doll. But yeah, and then next thing I kind of knew, she sort of came over to me, she's like, oh hey, like, to give me a hug. And then I had my hair down, and she was just like, oh my god, your hair colour. And I was just like, what? And she sort of grabbed a little piece, and she was like, it's like red, and brown, and blonde, and strawberry, but like auburn. And I was like, Taylor Swift is describing my hair colour. Quite like this. And I just went, it's natural, minus these bits. And she's like, it's so pretty. And I was like, thanks. And I was like, I'm Rhiannon. And I told her some stuff like that I've been through, and because she basically saved me throughout a lot of it. Like, I used to get up in the mornings and just want to stay in bed, not to do anything, not to function. And I used to put my headphones on and I'd listen to her, and it got me to get up and, you know, do my day. And in meltdown times, it was what rescued me back from the meltdown. So I was a lot calmer with her music, and I told her, and the entire time she was like holding my arm, like all tight like this, and she's just like, I am so sorry you had to go through that. She's like, I hope you're okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm much better now. Like, you know, your music has just done that. And she's like, well, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you were here tonight. And I'm glad I helped. And then she was like, I don't know how, but and the lady came in, she's like, right, we have to have a photo. And Taylor was just like, oh, I'm so sorry, like, they like to rush me. So like, we posted a photo, and she like hugged me in tight, and I hugged her. And then she, just before the camera flash went off, she sort of tipped her head onto me, so I had the infamous head tilt. I was so excited, and I was just like, oh my god, Taylor's face is on my face. And it was just completely insane, and we had a little few moments to say like our goodbyes. And as I was leaving, I just heard, I was like, oh, I love you, Taylor. And she was just like, I love you too, Rhiannon. And I was just like, oh, she remembered my name. I said it once, she remembered my name. And I just ran out of there and burst into tears. Like, I lost all chill. It floored me, it really did, in the best way. But I forgot to get my photo, the signed one. So the guy was really kind and gave it to my friend Jess. And I was just like and it ruined me. It just blew my mind. And we went up to the room to have food and drink. I get the photos up now afterwards. And we got to have our goodie bags from Keds as well, which we had shoes, laces, compact mirror, notebook, stickers, pen, all like little bits. And I was just like, oh, this is so cute, like, this is great. But yeah, we went back to the room. We had Prosecco. Oh god. Ugh. It's got a funny colour because of my screen cover. So we had Prosecco, that was a signed photo, and we had a selection of like meats and cheeses and lettuce, like rocket and things like that. We didn't realise it was free bar. If I'd have known, I would have had more drinks because I really needed to calm down. And then that is me with my signed photo with Taylor. And then that is the card with our number on. And we took our seats. They weren't the best seats. Oh my god, why? which I was a little bit gutted about, but at the time I was just so ecstatic that we met Taylor, I didn't really care, but I forgot my glasses so I couldn't really see, so I watched most of the show through my camera because I could zoom in. But it was an incredible show. We were by people though that were like, will you sit down and stay still, stop dancing, stop singing, stop screaming? And we were just like, well, no, like, no. Why would you ever want to sit down at a concert, let alone obviously Taylor Swift one, where there are going to be screaming girls and guys, and it just really aggravated me. But we just kept dancing. We didn't care. We just loved every second of it. I think vocally it is also her best tour. I've only seen Red in person, but she's so good. Like, and the shows just get better every time. So I'm like, how is she gonna top up the next one? Like, is she gonna beat it? Well, she probably is. She's Taylor Swift. So I'm just scrolling through now to get our photo for you. But my favourite song is Enchanted and Wildest Dreams, because Enchanted has been my favourite song for
alert from system UI server. Low battery.
Shh. So yeah, it was my favourite song. I finally got to hear it live and it was just incredible. I can't even begin to describe how great it was to hear it live. And then that's our photo. I'll try and insert it into the clip because you've got the lovely rainbow colours on my window. But she was the best night of my life, and I just hope to God I get to see her again just to get another hug or something, because it was just insane. Like, I'm getting emotional now, like, thinking about it. But it really was the best night of my life so far, and I have to thank Taylor for the opportunity. And Keds, literally, I owe them my life now. Like, they were so good. And Jess was so nice, like, she really was. And, like, afterwards we got to sit with Jess, a couple of other girls, and the tour manager to chat. I just can't believe how incredible the entire experience was. And I just also want to say, to tag along at the end of this, is that don't give up, like, wanting to meet her, because I gave up in June thinking I was never going to have that, no, in May, sorry, to never have that chance or experience. If she doesn't follow me on Tumblr, she's never, like, lurked me. I was like, she's never going to know I'm real, like, she won't know I'm going to exist. But she does, and it's the craziest thing in the world. And she loved my hair colour, and she said I was awesome, and my name was awesome, and my hair was awesome, and like, who else's idol also does free meet and greets, like, and Loft 89 and stuff, all free. Like, she takes time out to see us. So, you know, you'll have your chance. It might not be soon, but I'm confident that she's going to meet as many of us as possible, and I think everybody has an equal chance and an equal opportunity. And we all just need to get on, because there's been so much hate lately in the fandom because of certain people meeting her or not, and I just want us all to get along, because this isn't how we all should be. But before this video gets too deep, I'm going to sign off, and I hope you enjoyed. I might be putting up a get ready with me for this video straight after, afterward. I'm not too sure how I'm going to go about it yet, but yeah, it was lovely to talk to you, lovely to tell you. So if you like the video, please thumbs up and subscribe if you like. So yeah, bye guys.